Elsewhere in the Eastern Conference, a Knicks fan has been banned from Madison Square Garden for spitting on Atlanta Hawks superstar Trae Young. Trae reportedly will not press charges, but the team released a statement saying, "We apologize to Trae and the entire Atlanta Hawks organization for this fan's behavior. This was completely unacceptable and will not be tolerated in our venue." In response to these incidents, the league also released a statement saying the return of more NBA fans to our arenas has brought great excitement and energy to the start of the playoffs, but it's critical that we all show respect for our players, officials, and our fellow fans. An enhanced fan code of conduct will be vigorously enforced in order to ensure a safe and respectful environment for all involved. And I mentioned the Hawks superstar, Trae Young, is joining us now. Trae, the Knicks publicly apologized to you after this fan in the stands spit on you, but what are your thoughts on the way that not only the team but the league has responded to this incident?
First off, I didn't feel it during the game or during when it happened. It was really just a shock in a video I saw after the game. I don't know if it got on my jersey, shorts, or whatever, but seeing what the league did, I knew they had to do something. I'm happy they did at least something and took action from it.
And before we look too far ahead, I do want to look back on the two games at Madison Square Garden, the birth of the league's newest villain, that is playoff Trae. I need a jersey, guys. I don't know how would you describe, though, the experience at MSG and also the differences between games 1 and 2?
Yeah, it's an experience of a lifetime. For me, my first playoff experience, being in the Garden against, the fans there, it was an experience of a lifetime, first and foremost. But it's definitely been a fun experience, and just want to continue to play my game and find ways to get wins. That's the main thing.
Trae, congratulations. Coach Mitchell here. As a former Pacer who played with Reggie Miller, who was probably the most hated person the Knicks hated. Now, I got a feeling before this series is over, you're going to take over that #1 spot, so congratulations. What I want to ask you is, how are you guys using that energy in the Garden and all the things that come with being in the playoffs, playing in New York? Now you're transitioning back to Atlanta. How are you guys going to use that energy to be at home now and beat this New York Knicks team that's beaten you guys throughout the last 4 times?
Yeah, obviously we got to come home with a lot of energy. We got to take care of home. Being able to steal one on the road was good for us, but coming back here, we got to be able to take care of business, and we know they're going to come out with a lot of energy. They did a great job of making adjustments, and so we're going to have to continue to do our part and bring that energy back home.
Ice Trae, it's the Jet. First of all, man, congratulations on a great start to your first playoff series. My question for you is, where do you get the confidence from? You've never been in the playoffs. Obviously, my first playoff was many moons ago, but I was so nervous, man. I got off to a slow start. My team actually got down to an 0-2 deficit at home, and we fought back and won the series. But where do you get your confidence from, knowing that you hadn't been in the playoffs before?
My confidence always comes from my work ethic. For me, I feel like the more work you put in, the more confidence you're going to have, just because you put in the work and it's going to show eventually. So for me, I knew I put in the work. I knew I put in the time, and now it's really I'm doing the same thing I've been doing. It's just on a bigger stage, and so just knowing that I put in the work and I put in the time, that when I got this opportunity in the stage, that it was going to show.
Trae, I want to ask you this. Your first 2 years in the league, you took a lot of threes, made a lot of threes, but this past season, you're living in the paint with that floater more. You and Clint Capella in that high screening role is becoming a lethal combination. What made you kind of stop shooting as many threes and concentrate more playing in the paint, that high screening role with Capella, and working on that floater? Because it's been life-saving for you and your game in the Atlanta Hawks.
Well, I've always had it, to be honest with you. It's really just how the defense has guarded me this year. A lot more defenders are picking me up higher, so I'm able to get down in the paint more and make reads there. And with our bigs, we got guys who can space the floor with Gallo and John, and then you have Clint rolling with shooters all around. I'm able to get in the paint and make reads there. So it's not necessarily that I worked more on it. It's always been there. It's just more about how the defenders are guarding me this year. Considered differently than last year.
Trae, before we let you go, if you were to point to one, be it player on your team or on another team, or perhaps it's been a coach, the most influential in preparing you for a playoff run, who has it been?
Probably my AU coach, Rodney Perry, Mocan Elite. Even back then, I was watching film, and he was really the first person that I really had to dive into film and to really know I had to focus on that opponent and know that I needed to be prepared before every game. And I think he's really been that first coach that really instilled that mindset in me that I need to be prepared before every game. I think that's really helped me coming into the playoffs.
Trae, thank you so much for taking the time to join us. I've been told that you're a little busy this week, so we appreciate you making the time.
Yeah, I am a little bit. Appreciate it. I always take the time out.